All right, everyone. Today we're going to decode a fascinating pattern that, believe it or not, connects the ancient world with some seriously futuristic design. We've got Alex, our geometer, who lives for this stuff, and Jordan, an architect who's always asking, yeah, but how do we build it? Together, we're going to unpack a geometric blueprint that's literally hiding in plain sight. Okay, Alex, I've got one for you. What could possibly connect the petals of a flower to, say, the massive sweeping curve of a modern stadium roof? It feels like two totally different worlds. The answer, as it turns out, is all about one surprisingly simple repeating shape. That's a great question, Jordan. And the answer is way simpler than you might think. Every complex structure, no matter how big, has to start with a simple form. For this blueprint, our foundation, our absolute ground zero, is the most perfect and simple shape there is, a single circle. Everything we're about to build grows from just this one mark. Now, here's where the magic really starts. You add a second circle, but you don't just put it anywhere. You place its center right on the edge of the first one, and boom, right there in the overlap, a new shape is born. This single intersection, it's like the genetic code for the entire pattern we're about to build out. So that little almond shape, it actually has a name. It's called the Vesica Piscis. Now, Jordan, I know what you're thinking. Is it just a pretty design? Or is this simple overlap actually the key to building something with incredible complexity and strength? Well, let's find out. Right, because that first intersection isn't just a static shape. You have to think of it like a seed. It contains all the instructions the pattern needs to grow and expand, all on its own. It's pretty amazing. Let's watch how that seed starts to sprout. From that first intersection, the pattern expands based on a really simple rule. Every new circle is centered on an existing intersection point. That's it. As we keep adding circles, you can see this beautiful flower-like pattern starting to form. It's actually known as the seed of life. So if we break it down, you start with one circle, then you add another one, and so on. This growth creates this incredible sense of order, the symmetry, the repetition. It feels so familiar, doesn't it? That's because this is a pattern we see echoed all over the place in the natural world. Exactly. And once that seed is planted, things really start to take off. The next stages of growth add what I call entire growth shells of circles. The design basically just explodes outwards, but in a perfectly ordered way.
Okay, look at this. This is the next big jump. A whole new layer, a full shell of new circles gets added around that core. And what's wild to me, Jordan, is that even with this huge expansion, the spacing stays absolutely perfect. No gaps, no awkward overlaps, just pure mathematical growth.
And check this out. This first big shell adds exactly 6 new circles. That's not a random number. It's a product of the geometry underneath it all. 3 times 2. The pattern is literally showing us its own mathematical logic. And the next shell? You guessed it. It follows the same perfect logic. It adds 9 more circles. 3 times 3. The expansion isn't just beautiful, it's completely predictable. And the final layer adds another 15 circles. And that completes the whole structure. So what we've just uncovered isn't just some pretty doodle. It's a hidden mathematical code. Some might even call it a sacred geometry hack. Ha! A hack, I like that. Because with the full pattern complete, something incredible is revealed. There's a much deeper harmony at play here, a perfect balance that you might not actually see at first glance. So here's where it gets really mind-bending. For every visible, overlapping intersection, we call that a framed vesica, the pattern creates an equal and opposite implied intersection in the empty space. The whole design is perfectly balanced between what's there and what isn't. And here it is, the big reveal. It takes 36 circles to build the whole thing. Those circles create exactly 36 of those visible framed intersections. And in the negative space, you guessed it, exactly 36 hidden ones. 36, 36, 36. This is the mathematical soul of the pattern's harmony. And honestly, it's the source of its incredible structural strength. Okay, so we've got this perfect mathematical beauty. I get it. But as an architect, my brain immediately jumps to, what is it for? And this is where it gets really exciting, because this isn't just a pattern. It's a full-on blueprint for solving some major real-world design challenges. Right, this is the key insight. The pattern isn't just a flat drawing. It's a structural solution to one of engineering's oldest problems. How do you create a strong, efficient structure over a curved surface? Nature already figured it out for us.
So, the crucial point is this. The flat 2D pattern we've been building is actually a map. Think of it as a perfect projection of how to distribute points on a 3D sphere. By following this blueprint, you can build domes that are incredibly strong because all the structural stress is distributed perfectly across the entire surface. And here's the big takeaway for all you designers out there. This unlocks huge benefits. You get immense structural integrity. It's hyper-efficient with materials. It creates a beauty we find instinctively pleasing because it literally mirrors patterns found in nature. And maybe best of all, it's totally scalable. It works for a small backyard pavilion or a massive sports arena. So it just leaves us with this final thought. This profound blueprint was hidden in plain sight, revealed just by the simple interaction of a few circles. It really makes you wonder, what other powerful patterns are encoded in the world all around us, just waiting to be decoded?